Hello everybody, my name is Greenbeer2458 and welcome to a brand new mod overview. Today we're going to be taking a look at a Stampede that I modified and painted. Let's get into it. So, this Stampede is a Stampede that I found at a Goodwill outlet, I want to say last summer. I remember finding it under a bunch of bookshelves. This poor Stampede was on the bottom, but I dug through because I saw the battery door and I knew exactly what it was. And then I found this 18 stick attached to a Fortnite ARL, the yellow one, and decided to paint it up in my colors. And I figured I'd do a little video about it. And the reason I'm also doing this video is because a friend of mine, I will keep that between me and them, purchased this blaster off of me, and I wanted to make a video before it goes away, which is awesome because I want my work to get out there, and this was kind of in my hair. I painted this over the summer, hence why it's a little bit beat up, and it's not perfect, and I didn't mean it to be perfect. This is more of a test piece. The black was a, I believe, semi-gloss Rust-Oleum black with a, I think, fire truck or firehouse or something red, which gives it a nice deep red. But before all of that paint, I actually painted this silver and then took a piece of 400 grit sandpaper and sanded off some of the bits there so you can see the black under there and the silver. And then I went over it and I taped off some of the parts like the battery tray red, and then I did gold accents, and I also did some weathering techniques with how I did the weathering on, I believe it was another blaster, oh, the commission that I did, the first commission, where I took a piece of paper towel and I drew some of the oil-based Sharpie paint markers that I have, which are great, and then rubbed it on here to give it a kind of worn look. And I really love how this came out. So before I got my hands on the Stampede, I actually had the internals from an Icon Stampede with a worker return spring and a worker mainspring upgrade kit, and I had those sitting around because that Stampede needed to be parted out for a integration. And then so I had these hanging around, or the internals hanging around, excuse me, and then I took the spring out of that and put it into a long shot and then gave it to a person that I don't talk to anymore. But I still had the return spring and the newer internals, and then I threw these into the Stampede here. I ordered a brand new spring off of Out of Darts and replaced the O-ring while I was in there, and then also painted up the details here. All the locks have been removed, so the only thing in there is the mag release and the necessary bits to make it fire. The barrel has actually been painted same silver as the blaster, and then it still has a mandatory orange tip because nothing I will make will not have an orange tip. The iron sight up here is the same silver, and here's the other side of her. And then in the battery tray here, which I'm going to cut out, is a XT60 connector, and I didn't screw that out all the way enough. There we go. I did rewire this for an XT60. I recommend using a 2S LiPo, but that will be for the purchaser to decide whether to make it 2S or 3S. I was going to also put a voltmeter in here, but by the time I had this painted up and was ready to pay for internals, I didn't want to mess up the paint job, just to put some a voltmeter in here. I've also signed the blaster. I did that a couple minutes ago, actually. It has been beaten up a little bit, but I also feel like it adds to the look of the blaster. This was painted in a copper. I didn't mess with the copper too much. I did put some gold accents on there, and I absolutely love how the Stampede came out. And the magazine could have gone out a little bit better on this side, but that was due to some complications in the garage, I'm pretty sure. But I did go over it with some of the scratch, or the paint pen, to make it so it looked like it was just dry rotting. This is more of an artistic standpoint. This isn't like another thing. The trigger has been upgraded to have a 21 amp micro switch. The on and off button don't do anything right now. I did put on and off on here for the intention of putting a, what's it called, voltmeter in, but like I said before, I could not do that. All the digicamo that I could reach has been sanded off with this plaster, and I love how this looks. I would have took off the Nerf logo nowadays, but I feel like it matches the rest of this look. And I did paint up all the little details. Not perfectly, but I feel like it is suffice. And yeah, I wanted to make this quick little video before I sent her off to her final destination. And hope you guys like this blaster. So that was the painted and modified Stampede. If you have any comments, suggestions, concerns, put that in the comment section below. If you like what I do, you can consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. And I've been Grim Reaper 2458, and I will see you in another video. Peace out.